What's up, you filthy animals? Back for another video. So, yesterday's video I talked about how I didn't have the purple design on the right thing. So, we're going to go over that really quick before we dig into today's video. If you go into here, if this phone will work. So, if I go into this AIRSHIP abilities thing right here, click on abilities, assign abilities, and then I can move these around by taking them down and then moving them. So look at this, remove, and then I can take down another one, remove, and then I can put this one back. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And if I take them from, other areas, then, it moves it farther. So remove that one, and then see how that moves it over. So I can do that, and then I can move it over so that way I have my higher level ones on my purples. I had a brain fart yesterday and didn't even think about that. So, thank you to the person on YouTube that showed me my stupidness. Alright, now to the subject of today's video. Farm accounts. Flipping my screen around because that was backwards. Anyway, farm accounts. So, to play cheap and easy and without spending a lot of money, I'd definitely recommend getting a farm. How do you make a farm? Come into here. What did I do? Oh, cool. Claim. Free gold, guys. Okay, so make a farm account. Go into here. Go to your settings. And then click on the account button. And then you can make secondary accounts by switch accounts. I'm not going to open that up because that'll show all my emails. But anyway, so you can go into that. Switch accounts and start, and actually no, you do this, start new game, and then once you start a new game, it's pretty easy to figure out what you need to do. You need to use your beginner's teleport to get your account to the right kingdom. So if it starts you in the newest kingdom there is out there, which I don't even know what that is anymore, probably like 400 something, probably more actually. Anyway, then you move it back to your original kingdom. So I'm in kingdom 15, so I'd have to move my farm back to kingdom 15. Once that's done, then you can start using your account. So basic things that I would do for a farm account. So do your research. And by research, I'm not talking about do your war research. But when you do your research, do your economy research and do your development research. So that way you can build your farm up faster. And then you can have troop load, so that way your troops can carry more. And also do your upkeep, get up to your upkeep production, stuff like that. More on troop load. Stuff like that. Don't do as much on storage, and I'll explain that in a second. And then do your economy research. Yes, it'll cost you resources, but in the long run, you'll get back what you take. So, do your research. You can go into here, get your gear, and get gear such as this. There's cheaper stuff, but you can get this kind of gear that ups your iron production, silver production, stuff like that. There's cheaper ones that don't have the silver on there, like your purple, that does this for cheaper. So definitely worth it. Recommend doing that, and you can get all of those things in your hero store. It is completely free to get that gear. You just have to get the design first. Okay, so when setting up your farm, I would definitely recommend training all types of troops. When you're setting up your troops, I would train all of them. But most of all, I would train artillery. So for your farm account, I'd say train artillery just for the sheer fact the artillery carries the biggest amounts. You can go to your information and you can see this guy carries 14 on his load, and this guy's stats on his load is like 21. So that's crazy different. So even your artillery has differences in it. And honestly, I haven't found anything better than T8 artillery for gathering. It's the best. It really is. But, well, maybe not. I don't know. This shit that's really expensive probably is better. But anyway. So, I would definitely say that you should train a lot of artillery. Now, the reason I say training other troops, the reason I would say that is if you can get your R4 or R5 to let your farm account into the alliance, then you can use that farm account and say you train some cavalry, some gunners, and and your distance and your infantry, you can send those guys on Red Guard rally raids with your main account. And you can tell people, hey, I'm just doing this by myself. I just want to farm this. And then you can farm resources off your Red Guards. So we do this in my alliance. So this guy's saying he's farming, right? So, I mean, that's definitely something I'd recommend doing. That way you can get food and wood in packs. Swear to God, I'm not that dumb, but I can't talk today. So this is just stuff that I've done within the last couple hours. I've gathered 1,400,000 food. So that's just from within doing a few Red Guards today. I opened up a lot of food earlier today, and I've already got back a lot. So that's one way of playing for cheap that you can do. Next thing, farm accounts, level 1 through 9, you're going to be able to harvest food and wood. 10 through 14, you're going to be able to harvest iron. And once you hit level 15, then you can start harvesting silver as well. So those are the castle levels you'll need for different farm levels. If you have multiple farms, I know that a lot of these guys have like, I don't know. I have one guy in my alliance that got like 9 farms or something. Something like that. I don't know. It's crazy. I could barely keep up with like 2 or 3 accounts. So, I mean, that's nuts. Let's see. So, set up your farm. Obviously, there's farm alliances that everybody has. These guys all have multiple farm alliances. We can go everywhere and we can see that, and this is an idea for your alliance you can bring up, that this guy has an iron alliance. We have an iron alliance for your farm alliances. We have the main alliance, which is silver, and then we have other alliances that do wood and food, so you can harvest all this stuff. Now, people were talking to me yesterday, and they were saying, hey man, I got a lot of food opened up, but I can't use it, and it's just burning away to my upkeep. Something I'd recommend is making like a little tiny castle, a little level 10 castle, whatever, doesn't matter. Make that castle, build it up just a little bit, so that way you have some storage in it, and then just kill it. Just kill all the troops in it, and put that little farm in your alliance. And whenever people have food that's extra, send that food to that castle that has no troops in it, and just keep it shielded. If somebody can keep it shielded, that's great. And do whatever you have to do, hide the castle, whatever. But then your food can just stay in that farm castle, and then there's no upkeep, and you can just send as much food as you want to. Now, then whenever you get done with it and you need the food out of it, you can kick that farm from your alliance, and then you can hit it and attack it, and then there's no trade taxes taken out. So, and I'd recommend that with all of your farms. This is why I said don't build up your storage on your farm castles. Because when I go to send this guy resources, and it's worse when you're a smaller level. I've got to the point where my trade center is higher up. But when I send this guy resources, it takes out tax fees. So, it takes out a good amount of tax fees. And once you get to KVK, the taxes that you get from another kingdom, if you take over a kingdom, the taxes you get from that kingdom are all from trade tax. So, I'll show you guys the information on this. Trade capacity, trading fee is 15%. I've gotten to the point where it's evened out a little bit. But when you're at a lower level, you're looking at a trade fee of like 40, 30, 20%. That's crazy. So, I mean, with your farm accounts, do whatever you got to do, and then move the troops out of the account and just put them in encampments. And if you have more troops than what you can, send out, then kill them, whatever. But send out your troops and then hit it for the resources. Kick it out of the alliance if it's in the alliance, and then move your troops out and then kill it. Take all the resources you need to. So that would be the way I would recommend doing your farm. Gather resources with it. Run Red Guards with yourself with it. Do your research on it so you can get more out of it. Get the equipment so that way you get better production out of it. It doesn't have to be a war castle. You don't have to do the research. You don't need really high level troops. You just need troops to gather and need troops. And like I said, check the information on the troops, because I think a T1 can gather more than a T2 artillery. Actually, it does, yes. I think it's like 11 and 7, if I remember right. So make sure to check that out, because just because it's a higher level troop doesn't mean it can gather more. So this guy is a T1 artillery, and he can carry up to 11 load. And this guy is just a little 7. Yeah, I was right. Okay, so 7. So definitely do that. Check out the troop types and what can gather more, what can gather less, the speed on them. So sometimes if you're just running a red guard with yourself, you could send 1 cavalry and it wouldn't slow down the march of your main castle that much. So check that out. Do that. Um, that would be one way that I'd play setting up your farm. You can do multiple farms as long as you have Gmails or Facebooks. So if you make extra Gmails or extra Facebooks, you can have multiple accounts. So I don't even want to know how many Gmails and Facebooks I have. Wow, we're setting up for Alliance Conquest. We'll go over that kind of strategy here in a different video. I think that's all for today's video that I'm going to cover today. I just wanted to teach you guys some things about playing for free and setting up a farm account the best way that I know how. Like I said, I'm going to be playing for free, so I'm going to be implementing this stuff a lot more now than what I used to. I still do it sometimes, but just not as much. But now I'm going to be doing it a lot more. So I just want to teach you guys some of the cheaper ways of playing this game, just so that way you guys can do that. And there's a lot of good ways of playing this game without spending. It just takes longer, and that's the biggest gist of it. I mean, you can play this game for free. You can play this game by spending money. Don't go over budget. Just if you're playing and you can only spend $5, spend $5. If you can play and spend a couple thousand, like some people do, or more. There's people that spend obscene amounts on this game. But anyway, I'm probably included in that. But you can play this game and get to the same point as anybody else. Generally, not completely, but generally, it just takes longer, a lot longer. But you can do it. So, oh, hello. Snapchat popping up. So I think that's all I'm going to do for today's video. If you guys like today's video, if you have any ideas, let me know. Please like and subscribe, and find me on Discord, comment stuff in the comments, and yeah. See you guys in the next video, and let me know. Actually, I'm going to rewind a second. Let me know. I'm thinking about doing a live stream for Ultimate Alliance Conquest. If you guys want to see me do a live stream, let me know, and I will see if I can do it. If not, whatever, I'll just try to make some videos of some cool action for you guys. So let me know. See you guys in the next video.